So let's try this. We have found a nice apartment, and we would like to keep it in our database for future reference and for follow-up, and to grab some notes and add additional information that will help us follow up the whole process of leasing and up to signature. So what we do is we add a new one, pressing on the plus sign. The main element that will differentiate this from other properties is the address. So we type the address, any valid address. If you want the map feature to work well, you need to, of course, capture an existing address. The amount, the lease amount, let's say 2,000 franc. Typically, we want to class and sort out by the number of rooms, the number of actual habitable spaces inside that apartment. And we typically write the number of pieces of the rooms here. Now, by default, the status for this property is going to be new. We can set another one if for example, we're convinced we can go straight away and mark it as apply. Later on, I will show you how you can modify, customize this list of statuses to match whatever you prefer as possible alternatives for the status. Then, of course, I want to type the URL because this is the main way of finding more information if we want to do it. So this would be the URL for your preferred site. Once, well, typically this would be much easier if you just copy paste the address. I'm just inventing one. So this, for example, can be used when you actually have found have visited the apartment. Your impressions about the location, about the status, about the neighbors, about the actual impression after visiting, which is different than the description that is in the ad. And you will see that will be added to the list of apartments that are categorized. You have, depending on the statuses, we have awaiting, we have new, we have on hold, discarded, intermediary, which I set up as a status to indicate those apartments that are promoted by a middleman or agency that offers services to help you find apartments. So for me, that's a separate category. And the one that we just entered should be around here. As you can see, I have a lot of new ones. But anyway, we can choose any of them. It doesn't need to be the one I just captured. Let's say this one. Here you can see that I have the possibility of modifying whatever I have written here. I can be able to quickly call that phone number directly from the application. So that should be, you can see that there is a new button, floating button on the right hand side, which is precisely for that purpose, to make a phone call. You can also add pictures. And there you go. I choose this one and it's recorded. And you will see that as soon as the one photograph is uploaded, there's a second field that will appear to load a second one, and so on and so forth until 6 images are loaded. That's the maximum so far. More images will create an effect of carousel. Now you can see that as soon as this is finished, it's going to show me additional control here. Yeah, there's a photo 3 now, and I can also do this to browse the photographs that were uploaded already. Now, if I actually had a proper address here, the map component will actually show me something, as you can see here. The other floating button above the phone number, above the call button, is in order to share this back to the application, and then you continue editing. Let's say this, for example, let's say that, or maybe this one. Yeah, we have visited the apartment, we are happy with certain things, we write a few notes, we have added the phone number, and then we say this is set for apply. And as soon as I get back, we have a new option here, a new status with the one that we just modified, this one, which is under apply. This will help you keep track of what's the status if you need to apply, if you have already applied. Let's say we have applied already, then we put it on hold, waiting for the answer. We receive the answer, we were rejected, okay, then we go into rejected. Or let's say that something went wrong and you didn't want to finalize the signature, then you can just select another status to show that this is not something that you will pursue. On the other hand, before actually applying for it, you may use the word schedule. So basically that's what it is. You can see that I have entered a lot of properties here. It may happen that you have found so many, but you still need to keep track of the schedule, the application, the on hold, and all those statuses, so you just keep them here. If you're not happy with any of them, for example this one, let's say I'm not happy anymore, I don't want to pursue it, I'm not interested in keeping it in my database, I just click on eliminate and it's gone. Now this is a very useful list when you are actually keeping track of properties and their statuses, but it might be also useful to actually place them, all of them or some of them, in a map. So that's why there's this second view, which will show you the location of these properties in a map, a very useful map to show you more or less where the whereabouts of these apartments that you found. So from here I can, for example, click here and say, okay, this was a nice place, or I'm interested in this area because it's close to this or that place, or maybe I want one that is further close to downtown, to the city center, so I'm going to choose that one, and then I can click and modify and make arrangements and everything. So this is a useful way to place all these properties in a map. Now, when you have actually reached a point where you have a lot of properties, you may also want to take advantage of this additional possibility of priority. Let's say I have selected so many, I found so many, I entered so many in the database, but I want to concentrate on a few of them first and then move on to a next batch. So I can click on priority here, and what it does is that when I have selected priority on some of them, I can switch up here from all to favorites, and it will actually show me only those that were marked as favorite. So I narrow down my search to just a few properties, and be more effective, being more proactive on those that are really important for me. So this is just a way of, and the same option is available on this long list of properties. I can only focus on the few that I have selected as priority, and then I can work on them. Now I told you that I was going to show you how to customize the properties. So I go here to the hamburger or the 3 lines menu, and I have this property statuses option, and here I have the list of them. I can modify this list and say, okay, instead of a schedule, or let's say I want to add one more that is maybe, and it will appear here as one of the options available for me to select in the future. Let's say I'm tired of this one, I don't want it anymore, so I click on delete, and that's it, it's not there anymore. Sorry, I forgot to show the sort by. You can sort by all these 4 elements, either the list amount, the status, the data availability, or number of rooms. Let's say I want double click on it, or clicking twice will change the order, either going from higher to lower or from lower to higher. From the least amount, it's clearer because that will show you from most expensive to least expensive, and vice versa. There you go. This is, and I can click on the opposite direction, and it's going to show me the most expensive ones at the top, with the statuses, of course.